Hey everybody, so look on the screen. I, it's unbelievable. They are no longer with us. And why? The father isn't.
This is just such a tragic case. This family of 5 has now lost a father, and the mother is in the hospital. And the rest of the family is just trying to piece together what happened.
Trevante Constantine.
17-year-old Trevante Constantine in front of a magistrate Thursday after a tragedy. The night before, turning himself into the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office just hours after officials say he shot his parents, Romika and Leroy Constantine, killing Leroy.
So he's allegedly killed his father. 17. I find it disturbing that a family member would say not to judge the family. No, we're just judging the alleged criminal. If you don't lie and see, the first time when I saw that he shot the parents and killed the dad, he probably did want to go toe to toe with his father, but he wasn't ready. He didn't have the hands for it. The dad is probably larger and more about that, stronger. I thought about that. Neck all tattooed up. I guess you want to be thug life. And I was like, wow, kind of young for a tattoo. Is he going to school like this? Maybe is he out of school? If you don't like what's going on in the home, you're free to roam. Get out. The first that hit my mind is I bet he wanted to probably go toe to toe with the dad, but he didn't have the hands for it. He wasn't equipped. So let me guess. Plot a gun and shoot. See, things like this here, people, I know when it comes to kids, I want to go, oh, they're just out of sorts, having a bad day. An evil dust bucket having a bad day. Guess what? That can put somebody in the ground right away. They'll snap up real quick. Highly emotional. See, it's times like this here. I think when you see this, I know teenagers go through things, but when you see this here, the disrespect, the blatant disrespect, and they want to try to pull up and run that mouth. Heaven forbid they become physical. It's time to go ahead and give them the boot out the door. If you don't like what's going on here, you are free to leave. But oh no. And especially the sons in our community, speaking specifically to the BC, the men are coddled. And a lot of men do that in other races too, but a lot of times they're coddled. First it hit my mind, I wonder if there have been cases or instances where he has probably, like start punching the wall, cursing and yelling, or if they've had like a shoving match. You know what I mean? Because I find it hard to believe that he's been a mild-mannered young man and he just snapped and start popping caps on his parents, start shooting. Find it hard to believe. Sometimes kids get out of control. They want to handle things. Now, we grew up. I have a brother, and he was doing his thing and not coming home. My mother did exactly coddle him. Oh my gosh. Um, my dad worked everything. He had a car in high school. Man, when they got my brother's car. I remember one day I was walking in front of the school and I saw him in the car on the passenger side with another guy driving, and he was hollering out the car, "Hey!" And I was like, "Oh my God!" Dad said, "Don't let nobody try the car," and somebody's driving the car. I did tell my mother, and she asked him about it, and she said, "Well, she spoke with him, and he said he didn't, so that was it." Oh, okay. They coddled him. He wasn't coming home on time for curfew. Oh yeah, I remember we had some summers. We grew up middle class, and I remember we had like summers in Malibu. That kind of thing was fun. Buying, doing a little shopping on a budget. And so I remember my mother once had this vase. Oh Lord, my brother was drinking, and he came home past curfew, being a teen. He knocked that vase over. Woo, woo! And went on in his room and fell asleep. I would not recommend this to anybody. And we didn't have no charge, no kind of fight, things like that. But he was out of control. He got so out of control. My mother was like, he's not obeying the rules, and I want him out of my house. I want him out of my house. My father went and rented an apartment for my brother. Sure did. They were gonna put him on the streets. That was the worst thing because then I was like, dang. Me and my sister was like, so he acted up. Man, if that had been us, it wouldn't even gone down like that. Acted up. On out of my house, out of my house. And I'm not taking him to school. I'm only taking my girls to school. That was my mother. Man, so long story short, my dad got my brother an apartment. He was like, wow, he acted up. And look what he did. Matter of fact, I think he was 17. It's like he acted up. Look what he gets. This boy done acted a fool, and he got an apartment and a car. And still got the car. And it got worse because guess what? Yeah, he kind of start like having parties and yeah, kind of not showing up to school every day. So sometimes these kids, I'm glad I'm not a parent. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry to say. I'm glad I'm not a parent. I wouldn't deal with that. But I can tell you that's what not to do. Sometimes these kids, though, when you see them like that, it's time to go ahead and get strict on them and maybe say, hey, you know what? It's time for you to start getting you a job. Don't rent them an apartment like my dad did. Don't do it. It's time for at this point for you to start getting you a job. Guess what? Oh, we finna since you don't like what's going on here, we finna go ahead. You finna get your own apartment. And this day and age is really impossible with the rents. Sometimes you might have to let these kids just go. It could save your life. Again, so we never did have anything like fighting and all that. Oh my gosh, no, we didn't have that. But we did have one that acted out. This here, how you get to a gun and shoot both your parents, that's the hatred. Yes, you can give birth and almost get birthed by the one that you give birth to. He might want to be a little BA, gonna be a badass. Well, you about to find out, honey. You are about to Conroe's outside of Houston. You about to find out. And you've killed your shot both parents, kill your dad. Ooh, you on the news too. You are not about to, you about to find out. He might be consider himself a little privileged. Oh, you about to find out. A lot of them in there don't even have parents, and you shot your father, killed him. Again, sometimes it's better let these kids go. You don't like it? Pack up your stuff. Do not go rent these fools no apartment. They can get the hell and no car either. No, just let them go and get a tier. He got to go and get a TRO, which means because it don't work out there. Since you know everything, you want to buck your ass up out there into society and see how it goes down. Get a TRO, restraining order, because guess what? You're not coming back here. Turn his room, honey, into a library, another office, a meditation room, yoga, whatever you want to do. Sometimes just let him go. But I know people want to hold on, oh, it's my child. It's not going to get that bad. That's what they all think until it does. And now they saying this food on Unalived his dad. It's not going to get that bad now. You exaggerating. You think it was somebody. Again, I find it hard to believe to think that, oh, it just kind of got out of hand. Nah, it's probably been going and getting out of hand. And they probably thought they could handle it. And now the unthinkable has happened. Why couldn't they just leave? 17. I will bet it's probably been going. A lot of these kids feel entitled. So this here, it wouldn't surprise me if he'll still get the love and support of the family. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Well, we already lost one. Let's go ahead and put our arms around him. After unaliving his father, we are done. Totally done. There is a lot of dysfunction going on in these families, and people are looking the other way, hoping it's going to get better. Sometimes it's just not. Sometimes it's got to cut that cord. You done the best you can as a parent. If not, you can go ahead and stick around, let them terrorize you, let them unalive you. And that's one thing I think parents don't want to do. So that the father died. Uh-huh. The father died. He probably wanted to go toe to toe and realize that, oh man, I don't have the hands for it. I can't handle it. And it also shows you the hatred that he has. The hatred that he has for his parents, it just can't get that bad to pot a gun. Even with a spouse, I'm gonna get my gun and start popping. No, that hatred is there and it festers. And then next thing you know, they've been holding it down, don't have any money, nowhere else to go. And the next thing you know, boop. And yes, it can be your child. I would love to know the reason and what got so bad for you to get so evil. So, ladies and gentlemen, especially for you father, you sitting up here, oh, I can handle, he ain't gonna do that. They probably thought that too. If someone told them, hey, guess what? If someone said last week, yeah, he's gonna kind of really come out of sorts. What? Yes, he's gonna really come out of sorts here and go like totally ballistic, cuckoo puffs crazy. I bet someone probably thought, no, he's not. You shouldn't be saying about my son, about my child. Now look, now we know. And it's sad. Just let him go. So sometime when they're so defiant, don't argue, scream. We're not going to be boxing. We're not going to be fussing. And I know better. All this getting up. You might cause yourself to get high blood pressure. He from the streets. Guess what? Get him to the streets. He want to be about the streets, about that life. He can go on out there and come with me. Just let him come back. So this here, what could get so bad? 17. I think he wants to be a badass. So you'll see how bad you're gonna be when they get you in that jail cell. Oh, you're gonna find out real quick, little man. You're gonna be sitting on somebody's lap, and you know the rest. It's crazy. Like society just falling apart. Let me know what you all think. Again, if you see deviant behavior in this teens, are we supposed to sit up here and just go, oh, well, leave him alone? No, it might be time just sometimes just let it go. Let it go. Anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.